Yancy Derringer, in every tale of daring do they tell of Yancy D. Yancy Derringer, Yancy Derringer, in every tale of daring do they tell of Yancy D.
Come in. Mr. Colton, Senator Yardley. Well, Senator Yardley, President warned me of your arrival. Welcome to New Orleans.
Thank you, Mr. Colton. May I present Major James Sampson, the United States Department of War.
How do you do, Major Sampson?
How do you do?
Gentlemen, Captain Fry, head of my Secret Service.
Well, Captain Fry.
Major Sampson?
We were in the same outfit during the war.
We were.
Yes, for 3 years. We were looking for the infamous Colonel Dagger.
I don't remember seeing your name on the report.
No matter. We never did catch him, did we?
No, we didn't.
Don't worry about it, gentlemen. I will. Meanwhile, we have another scoundrel to hang first.
Oh? I didn't realize your purpose was so serious.
I am here, Mr. Colton, to hang a traitor for high treason.
But not without a trial, Senator. At least not in New Orleans.
Oh, we'll give him a splendid trial. But there's no doubt about the outcome. I have sufficient evidence right here. Would you care to take a look?
It's a beautiful little pistol. 44 caliber. Just like the gun that killed Lincoln.
Not like, Mr. Colton. The same gun.
Just whom are you after, Senator?
Do you know him?
Yes, yes, I do.
Excellent. Order his arrest at once.
Senator, I do not take orders from you. I am responsible to the Secretary of War.
Then his signature on that warrant should impress you.
Would you mind telling me, Senator, exactly what your evidence is?
I would mind very much. Order a courts-martial convened for Wednesday.
But that's only 2 days off.
I would have made it sooner, gentlemen. I'm here to hang a man, not to waste time.
Captain, you will bring in Yancy Derringer.
What?
You heard me. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Colton. Thank you for your cooperation and for being so cordial. Major Sampson, I want you to follow Captain Fry. I don't trust him. Take some soldiers, make a public arrest.
Senator, the administrator wouldn't dare allow Derringer to escape.
Derringer's a hothead. He may have ideas of his own. If he attempts to run, shoot him down. It'll save us all a lot of time and trouble.
Just your night to be second best, Yancy. Can I buy you a drink?
I can't afford to buy you one. Hello, Captain Fry. Derringer. I wouldn't stand too close to me tonight. Strictly hard luck, and it might rub off.
It already has.
Are you losing too?
No, I have orders to place you under arrest.
What have I done now?
Let's talk about it away from you.
Mind if I finish my drink?
Not at all.
Good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening. Major James Sampson, War Department.
Is something wrong?
I'm looking for a man named Derringer.
Well, since you're not members, may I know your business?
Official business, madam.
He's over there.
Yancy Derringer,
Right here.
you're under arrest.
Under no circumstances try to escape. That's what they want you to do.
Thank you, Captain.
Let's go.
Excuse me, Francie.
I've already made the arrest, Major.
I'm sorry, Captain Fry. I have a warrant from Senator Yardley.
What's the charge?
High treason. Conspiring with John Wilkes Booth in the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. Now, come along.
No, Pahu.
right, Pahu. This is bad medicine. We can't escape it. It must be faced. He's in there, sir. Solitary confinement.
Solitary.
Mr. Colton, the prisoner is being held incommunicado. He shall see no one.
Except myself.
Including yourself, Mr. Colton. He shall see no one except his defense counsel.
And that man, Senator, will be me. Open up. Hello, Yancy.
Mr. Colton? Come in, sit down. Isn't much of a view, but the rats are friendly.
What the devil? I had no idea they'd do this to you.
It isn't your fault. Somebody's certainly after my scalp.
So much so it's frightening. His name is Senator Tyson Yardley, head of the High Crimes Commission of the Senate. He's after you as if it were a personal vendetta. Do you know him?
I don't think so.
He's right outside. Have a look.
I've never seen him before.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. How's Pahu?
The guards call him the Pawnee Ghost. Wherever they turn, he's watching. He spends most of his time up in my office, watching down here.
Oh? Don't let him get in any trouble, Mr. Colton.
I won't. Now let's get down to business. First, with your permission, I'd like to defend you.
Ist dir auch klar, dass dich das ruinieren kann? Die Frage war falsch.
Thank you.
Well, never mind. Yardley refuses to disclose his evidence. Therefore, we will have to prove, beyond a reasonable doubt, that it was impossible for you to have been involved in any phase of that conspiracy.
It's hard to do.
I don't think so. The charge is you sold the gun to John Wilkes Booth. 1, did you ever meet him?
No.
Good. The gun that murdered Lincoln was a
44 caliber single-shot muzzle-loading Derringer made in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, spelled with 1 R. My name is spelled with 2. No relation.
Did you ever own such a gun?
Yes. 2 of them.
I see. You'd better tell me about it.
For a present for my daddy, before the war. A birthday present he sent to Philadelphia for them. He said that no well-dressed poker player could fill a flush without them.
Then Yardley undoubtedly has the record of sale from the files of the gunsmith in Philadelphia.
Yes, undoubtedly.
That may be just what we're looking for. If you still have the pistols, a matched pair, then it would prove conclusively that you couldn't have sold one of those to Booth.
Fine. I haven't the slightest idea where they are.
What? Well, did you carry them with you in the war?
No. I left them at Waverly, and you know what happened in '61. They burned it and looted it. Everything was either lost or stolen.
Yancy, we've got to find those Derringers.
I'm in favor of it, Mr. Colton.
Well, let's go on. Booth was smuggling contraband to Lee's army. He was operating in southern Maryland. You weren't in that area.
Afraid I was.
Tell me.
Well, there was a northern trader. We only knew him as Colonel Dagger. He was in the War Department. We knew that much about him. And when he thought the South was going to win the war, well, he started selling us secrets. Union secrets. Big secrets. I was his contact man. And I was in and out of southern Maryland from '63 on at the same time that Booth was there.
Then Yardley has a beautiful circumstantial case against you.
It's true. But I've got one thing in my favor.
What?
You.
Private, I'm here to relieve you.
Mr. Derringer, come on, I'm breaking you out of here.
Not me.
Mr. Colton,
Senator,
you are aware that the prisoner attempted to escape last night?
you mean someone attempted to murder the prisoner last night? To prevent his appearance at the trial, do you think, Senator?
That's entirely a matter of opinion. Personally, I can hardly wait for his appearance at the trial. Good day, sir.
Obadiah, let's try once more.
Yes, sir.
Now, you do remember the brace of Derringers the Colonel gave Yancy for his birthday?
Oh, yes, sir. They were brand new. Came all the way from Philadelphia in a box with Marsh Yancey's name on it.
Good. Now, where did you see them last?
Well, when I packed them in a tin tea chest, along with these other things, and dipped it in tallow.
Where did you bury it?
I didn't bury it. Didn't have time. The renegades were pillaging, so I just dumped it down the well.
Well?
You mean the well behind the house?
Yes, ma'am. There was 20 foot of water in it then. Nobody could get at it. But there's just about 12 foot of water in there now. Old Paul and I go down the water and get that chest.
Pahu, do you understand?
I'll see that he's guarded, Pahu.
I'll go with them.
Pahu! No matter what happens, don't try to help Yancy.
It's no use telling him that, Mr. Colton. If you can't save Yancy, Pahu will try.
Madame Francine, I'm afraid he would die trying.
I don't think that would bother him, Mr. Colton. Did you find it, Paul? Who'd you find the old chest?
Nothing at all.
Did you go all the way to the bottom?
You've got to keep trying. It's Yancy's only hope. Mr. Colton,
Francine!
it's no use. Pahu's been down through 12 feet of water. The chest isn't there.
12 feet of water. Of course. That well was 20 feet deep when he threw it in. It's buried under 8 feet of mud. Thank you, Francine. I'll take care of it. I'm sorry. You're not allowed inside.
Are you gentlemen ready to proceed?
We are?
Yes, sir.
The prisoner will be brought before the bar.
Gentlemen, this is disgraceful. I insist the prisoner be unshackled and that grotesque hood removed. We are not living in the Dark Ages.
General, we are only doing what was done to the traitors in '65 when they were tried in Washington.
This is not an inquisition. It is a trial. Mr. Derringer is innocent until proven guilty.
The shackles and the hood will be removed. General, I protest. Overruled.
Thank you, sir. Send a squad to Waverly. Tell them to pump out that old well. Dig down as far as they have to go, but find that chest.
Yes, sir. Before I go, the records show that Mr. Derringer's the last person alive to have ever seen Colonel Dagger face to face.
Meaning?
Someone may want to make it. No man alive. I'll report, sir.
Proceed, Major.
The prosecution will prove beyond a doubt that Captain Derringer was in conspiracy with John Wilkes
Please,
Booth.
the court. If the prosecution intends to prove that Mr. Derringer owned a brace of .44 caliber pistols, identical in make and model to the assassination weapon, we concede the fact. We'll also concede, in the interest of time, that Mr. Derringer operated in southern Maryland from 63 to 65, making contact with an informer named Dagger.
Very well. Proceed.
Thank you. We introduce as Exhibit A the Derringer that murdered Lincoln.
No objection.
We introduce as Exhibit B the diary of John Wilkes Booth, taken from his body at Garrett's farm on the day he died.
Diary. There was no diary. Objection.
We submit this diary to be true and authentic, as you can see by the attestation of the Secretary of War.
The diary is to be marked Exhibit B.
Gentlemen, I have here the sworn testimony of Colonel Everett Conger, given in the conspiracy trial on May 17, 1865. Colonel Conger was in command of the pursuit of John Wilkes Booth. In fact, was with Booth when he died. He took the following articles from the body: a knife, belt, holster, file, pocket compass, spur, pipe, carbine, cartridges, and bills of exchange. There was no diary mentioned.
General, that diary was purposely withheld from the trial for reasons of state.
I see.
Reasons of state. May I see it?
Certainly.
April 13, 14, Friday, the Ides. Until today, nothing was ever thought of sacrificing to our country's wrongs. For 6 months, we had worked to capture, but our cause being almost lost, something decisive and great must be done. Did Booth write this?
He did, Mr. Colton.
Then Mary Surratt should never have been hanged. By Booth's own admission, murder was never the plot until the very day he assassinated Lincoln. And on that day, he never met with Mrs. Surratt.
This is irrelevant and immaterial, Mr. Colton. We are not here to retry Mary Surratt.
Evidence was withheld, which would have saved an innocent woman. It is now suddenly revealed in an attempt to hang an innocent man. I think it's extremely relevant.
This court's martial finds the diary authentic.
There are pages missing in that diary.
One has recently been found, General. It's in bad condition, but intelligible nevertheless. It was found on Garrett's farm, where Wilkes Booth tore it out and threw it away the night he was captured.
It has been authenticated by experts.
This paper will be marked Exhibit C. You'd better read this, Mr. Colton.
March 4th, 1865. I rode hard this night to Port Tobacco to meet a brave Confederate courier, to whom I issued contraband. When he offered to pay, I informed him I was a patriot, and then, noting the beautiful little pistol he held, offered him $100 for it, which he took. How bizarre that this Captain Derringer should be so named for the gun I purchased from him. General, in view of this new evidence, I respectfully request an adjournment to prepare my defense.
Very well. This court stands adjourned till 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Mr. Williams,
Yes, sir.
where did you find this chest?
In the old well on the plantation where I flung it in 1861.
Were there any witnesses when you uncovered it?
Oh, yes, sir. There were 6 soldiers and old Pahu.
My squad, sir.
General, I'd like to submit this chest as evidence.
This chest is to be marked Exhibit D. Open it, please.
Bahu, may I borrow your knife, please? Thank you, Bahu.
Extraordinary. Mint condition. Never even been fired.
You will please notice, sir, the colonel had Marsh Yancey's name engraved on each barrel.
These will prove conclusively that Derringer could not have sold one of those pistols to John Wilkes Booth.
The court agrees, Mr. Colton. However, there's one other problem. The newfound page of
If you'll excuse me a moment, General. Captain Fry? According to the diary, Derringer sold the pistol to John Wilkes Booth on March 4th, 1865. These Union records prove conclusively that Mr. Derringer was lying in a Union hospital badly wounded on March 4th, 1865. He escaped on June 17th, 1865.
The prisoner will rise. This court-martial finds the prisoner not guilty.
General Cochrane, this is an outrage. We have given you irrefutable proof. Those documents were authenticated.
Senator, one moment, please, Senator. And recommends to the Secretary of War that the newfound page of John Wilkes Booth's diary is a spurious forgery. Gentlemen, this court-martial stands adjourned.
Thank you, General.
Thank you, Papa.
Congratulations, Mr. Derringer.
Thank you, Captain Fry. Mr. Colton, I'll never be able to thank you.
Thank heavens it's over.
Not yet.
What do you mean?
I found Colonel Dagger. General, if there was ever a night for the champagne to be on me, tonight's the night. And I want you to keep pouring it until you have to import more.
My apologies, Derringer. Glad to have been on the losing side.
Thank you, Major. Glad you were. I'm glad to have been on the winning side. Thank you, Captain Fry.
Is there any more trouble for you to get into?
Francie, from now on, it's trouble I want to get out of, believe me.
I wouldn't believe you if you swore on a poker deck.
Yancy. There's one thing I'd like you to explain to me. You said you'd found Colonel Dagger. It couldn't be Major Sampson. Senator Yardley.
No, Yancy.
Well, I said I'd never seen Senator Yardley before. But I know that man. He had black hair and he was clean shaven. That's Colonel Dagger.
And since you were the last man alive who could identify him, he tried to get rid of you.
And very nearly did.
But how did you know?
His voice?
Just that.
Mr. Colton, when you're behind enemy lines meeting a spy in the dark, the one thing that you never forget is his voice.
I don't imagine he'll ever forget yours either.
Gentlemen, the drinks are on me.
Captain Fry, get that man to a hospital. A military hospital.